What is up, YouTube? Welcome to the Weapon Collective. My name's Jeff, and today we're looking at the Sholo Blackjack.
I live inside my own world of
Let's get to it.
I live inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in the cradles, profanities. I see the world through ice covered in ink and bleach. Cross out the ones who heard my cries and watched me weep. I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Take my eyes open to force reality. Why can't you just let me eat my weight in bleed? I live inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in their cradles, profanities. Some days I feel skinnier than all the other days. Sometimes I can't tell if my body belongs to me.
Gassy, baby. Oh. I mean, it's just slow for me, man. I'm not used to these controls whatsoever. Every once in a while, it's having an issue stripping that round, but maybe it's something I'm doing, I don't know. As long as the bolt locks to the rear, it's a good, I like it. But having to come over here and getting that, like, I'd have to, it's probably the way I'm doing it, but I don't like it. It actually runs pretty quick. Besides being gassy, it's a nice little shooter from right there. Just the controls, it's not that I don't like them, it's just that I'm not used to them. What did we tell you about coming back to these parts, Adolf? I said, wipe that smirk off your face. Oh. All right, what's up, guys? We just got done running the Blackjack 2 from Sholo, and this is a little 8.5-inch barrel. This does also come in 4.5 and 16.1 inch barrel lengths. I like this 8.5. I think it's good. It gives me enough rail to set it up with a light switch, a hand stop up here, and I really like the size of this gun. So let's go through kind of what the Blackjack is. This is obviously a little pistol caliber carbine in 9mm, and it runs CZ Scorpion magazines. It functions with AK controls, which I must admit, I'm not that used to running AK controls. I'm far more familiar and second nature to AR controls. So this is kind of partially the reason that I picked this thing up. It was just something very different, and I thought it was a fun idea to get a PCC that was a little different. So obviously you have the right side charger, like an AK, same kind of AK safety here. And then you have the paddle magazine release. It's nice. And then you have this bolt release, bolt hold open. It functions with both. I like that. It is kind of a reverse Magpul bad lever, kind of. And I really like the bolt hold open feature of this gun. There were some other videos that I'd seen on the earlier version of this gun. One from Micah Mayfield, one from Alyssa Seymour, and they were running the Blackjack, and this is the Blackjack version 2. So they made some changes because I believe in those two videos, as well as other people that had purchased the gun at that time, they were running into some issues, particularly with higher round counts. So the earlier version had what they called a detent delayed blowback system. And I guess that wasn't quite robust enough, and they were having some issues with higher round counts. So they came up with another version, which is a roll pin delayed blowback system. And what that did early, when this gun was new earlier today, I put about 600 to 700 rounds through it. But earlier on, it made it really hard to charge that, and it's still stiff, but it definitely loosened up a lot. So it's that roll pin, I guess, the way it makes contact in there makes that very difficult to pull back, but that is a break-in issue, and over time becomes much easier. So it does have an 8.5 inch barrel, as I mentioned, and that is in chrome ollie vanadium, finished in black nitride. It is an extremely easy gun to field strip. Just one little button right here in the rear, and that whole thing will come out. You can take this rear piece out. Your spring and your bolt will just come right out the back. Very nice, very simple. I like when guns are easy to get into out in the field. It does have the paddle mag system, like I mentioned, and then the bolt hold open over here. And then let's go through how I have it set up. And really, the only change I made to the gun, other than adding some stuff, is it did ship with a Strike Industries brace, which I'm not a big fan of. So I did swap that out for, this is a SIG folding pistol brace with an SB Tactical SBA3 pistol brace on here, and allows me to get a little bit more control. I think this is just a better system than the Strike Industries. So change that. I do have a Holosun AEMS, and that is on a Scalarworks mount. And then this is a Mod Light. This is a OKW 18350 that I'm operating with the Surefire SR07 pressure pad. This is a Tiger Claw from Die Free Industry, or Die Free Co. I like this little hand stop. And then I'm running a Rad 9 suppressor from OSS, who is now Huxworks. And it did get a little gassy. You know, this, I don't think this is a full flow through suppressor like the one that I have from Huxworks on my AR. So it did get some gas in the face, and it's really only happens when I'm shooting fast. And relative to shooting fast, this trigger is something that they changed from the earlier version as well. Apparently the trigger in the earlier version was just absolutely horrible, and it was the placement of the trigger. Like, it wasn't a natural alignment with your finger at all. And they switched over to a Hyperfire trigger, which I liked this trigger. You could run this thing fast, and I have no complaints about the trigger. It was awesome. And lastly, the only thing I would say is that this does have M-LOK on the rail, but it doesn't have anywhere for QD sling mount. So I did have to run this Magpul pick rail for the QD sling. And I mean, you could obviously run it over in the M-LOK on the rail, but it's nice when guns have a built-in little QD point, QD cup. So really, I shot this and did have a few malfunctions, few issues, few stovepipes, few failure to extracts, and a few failure to feeds. Now, the failure to feed may be related to my newness to AK controls and inserting the mag, coming over and charging that. I may not have pulled it back far enough, so I'm gonna have to review the video on that. But few of those, and big tap on the bottom of the mag, and it would go into battery. But the stovepipes and the failure to extract, those were related to the gun, I believe. And it possibly just a break-in issue, because I think the more rounds I put through it, the less issues that I had. But I will continue to shoot this thing and see what develops. But it is a fun little gun, nice price point, especially in the PCC world. You can get into some far more expensive guns. This thing is maybe 1,500 bucks. I can't remember the exact price, but it was a moderately priced little 8.5 inch pistol caliber carbine. It was a lot of fun, and I'm going to shoot it some more, but we'll see. If I'm being honest, AK controls aren't my favorite. There's a reason I like AR controls. I just think they're more ergonomic and I can run them a heck of a lot faster. But it is fun to have something different, and that is really kind of the reason I got it. But nice little gun to have, and I'll keep testing it and report back. So stay tuned for future videos. I'm going to be doing some more pistol caliber carbine related content, getting some different versions of the PCC out and running those, see how they stack up to the Sholo Blackjack. And I'm Jeff for the Weapon Collective, reminding you, keep your weapons collected and keep collecting your weapons. I'll catch you next time.